Hello, Super Robot fans. My name is Austin. Welcome back to this entry into the archives. We're going to be continuing our playthrough of Alpha today. We are starting chapter 53. Yeah, 53. The duel over Earth. The duel for Earth. The duel for Earth. We got there seamlessly clean. Last time we saved some preps for this menu, so let's deal with those now. It's real straightforward. We have like a really clean answer that I wasn't thinking about. We've identified the problem with the Duo, and it's their post movement. So let's just do this. Just do that. There we go. So much better now. Okay. We can also grab a point of energy, a point of HP. Let's grab a point of HP. They need some tankiness. I'm still kicking myself. Oh, Austin. I'm still kicking myself for this one of increasing their mobility. It's fine. Okay. Let's play ourselves a scenario. That's not the button. Let's play ourselves a scenario. Good golly. Okay. We are opening at a very interesting point this time. We have like the promise of the crossover, which is where we are returning to like the one positive thing I've said about this game's story, half joking, that Akira is able to T-Link because he is also psychic. So we want to see if he can like do the same thing that the SRX team can, or that I guess like Bullet and Ryusei can. So that's what everyone is discussing here. Both the possibility of just that they can and like why the Raideen is able to, that it is in fact a psychic robot and that it has power, it has like stored knowledge from like 12,000 years ago. But also like what are the risks associated with T-linking and like how it could like fray your like psychic mind space that it will like violate the sanctity of it. And that the like dangers posed by the larger villains are like actually probably just more threatening than whatever like could backfire by the T-Link system. So also this is just like kind of not really as risky as we were making it sound before, considering what the stakes are at this point. Yes, but to the point of those enemies, one thing we're trying to like intentionally delve for here is that the 12,000-year-old enemies, that the STMC existed 12,000 years ago, so they theoretically would have had survivors for Raideen to be built. So, like, can we get some knowledge off of how they did things? But then also recognizing the threat of the other factions, everyone also sort of goes like, well, hey now, wait a minute. The rest of the groups other than the Mycenaean Empire and Dr. Hal really haven't been doing anything recently, which is like maybe be a little bit concerning. But here we have Akira talking to like the voice in his head, be it himself or like the robot connection, or my translation has it as Ramur, Ramur. I could not find a satisfying answer online, but maybe I did not look hard enough. If I find one, I can put it like in post. As to the name of the like god entity behind things, but in knowing the god's voice, then Akira can like also shout his name, and he is able to perform the god voice attack now. So we've gotten that as a weapon. It's like a recognizable. It's the one that has like the worst visual imaginable. We'll have to try it to just see what it looks like. He's gonna be forced to play, but we have like we've confirmed for like the 7th time that the STMC are in fact coming for, or well, who we are taking to be the STMC are coming to annihilate the Earth. We have like a little bit more nuance that they are designed to like karmically balance out things, and that there is a karmic wrong in there's a karmic wrong in the cosmos in their mind, having knowledge of things outside of the Earth sphere, or outside of like probably the solar system a little bit too. It's a little bit unclear because I also think we're sort of still like baiting for whether or not these are the Arrogators, or in fact actually the villains that we're going to see in OG2 is, I suspect, like the actual real madness when we get to the end of this game. So that's how we can like get into the rest of the alphas. But that everyone's like, oh, we know they're coming now. It's like, team, fam, we've been doing this so long. How is this still a question? And I bet in 5 chapters we're going to be like, oh, we can finally confirm that they're coming another time. But everyone sort of recounts that with Akira. They apologize for how dangerous of a task that they had asked them to undergo. And they're like just worried about what the future holds then. Now that like humanity has like actually factually nowhere to run, which again is a phrase we've repeated so many times. Okay. Oh, we have all the parts. I was not expecting all the parts. Okay, interesting. So, I guess because we're doing reconnaissance. This is sort of like the reconnaissance plan. And we have picked up. There we go. We have picked up Hynel and Doze. Is that really what Dozel looks like? That's not in my head. The picture for Dozel in R is so much different than this. Is there like a remake of this that changes this? Is this a different character? Am I not remembering Dozel correctly? Wild. Okay. Okay, sorry, that like really threw me. Dozel's mostly talking to himself here. He is, or I guess, sorry, actually, Hynel going first is probably the best answer. So because we see this, we see the Hynel sees the recon squad and goes like, I should go out and fight them. Dozel's like, we have bots to do that for us. What are you talking about? And Hynel's like, no, that is not honorable. I shall go forward and I must challenge you to an honorable duel. A one-on-one, mano y mano. We cannot have any other interference. I was kind of expecting this to be in the Voltes, to be honest, and not in the jet, but that's fine. It's totally cool. Okay, sure. I wonder if we are allowed to combine. That's interesting. Yes, Hynel is in fact in one of these little buzzsaw things. Okay, cool. And then we've got Dozel over here in the Skull Rock. Okay, sure. Let's go over this scenario. We have 2 objectives right now, which is just live, and if anyone dies, that is a game over condition for us right now. We should also talk about our expert points. I am not going to do it for this one because I just like don't have the resources like set aside for this. But I think once we move on to other alphas, I could maybe put a box on screen that shows us what our expert points are. Maybe have it off to like one of the sides here. I was going to use my mouse. I still can't use the mouse on this emulator. Like have it on one of the black strips on the side and like have what our expert points are so I can like check it off or exit off if we messed it up. I think that might be in the future for this. But anyway, we have 3 expert point conditions. If we do break that promise of the one-on-one fight, if anyone other than Kenichi fights Hynel, we lose 10 expert points. And we're going to be given a choice later, which I believe is a dialogue option. It's going to come up around like it looks like from my description it's going to come up during like turn 4. I can't tell if it's when we actually just go to combat the first time or on turn 4. But we will have some dialogue here, and I suspect we're going to be able to make a choice. Or I know we have to make a choice somewhere. I suspect that is where it is going to be, and in so doing, we will be able to get an expert point. So I will talk about that a little bit more then. Sorry, that was like the worst way of saying this. I'm just like still really, I'm partially thrown by this setup, but I'm also so thrown by Dozel. I don't know why. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could snipe. Right? Though this is just the best accuracy, being close. So maybe we just do this. I'm just worried we're going to get hit and killed, is the problem. Like, we have no defensives. I guess we should look if we have a scan first. Like, surely... Do we really not have a scan on one of these? I feel like that seems so stock standard for these, like group 5 group mechs. No. Oh, but we also... I did not realize who we have. We don't actually have the complete set, we have some of the Voltes and some of the Combattler pieces. Okay, that makes more sense to me why we don't have it. It's insane that we have that collection of people together, but sure. We have the Kaiserschrander, the Brain Condor, and the the Queen Star, and then we have 2 of 3. So yeah, we definitely can't combine them. This is such a weird setup that like also took me a second to realize. Okay, I think we're supposed to do this. I'm really worried. If we aren't, you'll just see me cut. We'll just cut it. It's fine. Okay, no, I guess we're gonna have our dialogue now. I mean, it makes sense. That's usually how these things work. Let me go read that quick then. We've got some more interesting crossover. I wish my translation was a little bit more detail-oriented with this, but that's fine. So, Kenichi calls Hainal an Arrogator, which is wild. But, like, that kind of works with what we know about Arrogators now, assuming they work here the same way they do in OG, which they just sort of, like, kidnap people and brainwash them into the group. Like, I kind of buy that. Like, that's a really good way of, like, grabbing people from other franchises. But Hainal says, like, that doesn't matter at all. He is also trying to fight to be free from the empire of his home world, which was, like, a little surprising. They sort of figured that everyone was, like, together on the same plan. But, in fact, we do also need to take him out here, which, problem solved. Then we should have our dialogue choice, I presume. Also, looking at the text, it just very clearly says once you do battle with him. I was just like, I very briefly scanned and saw that on turn 4 something was going to happen. So I was like, oh, these are going to be turn conditioned, but that's my bad. Okay, so Hainal gets defeated. We got a clean mega booster for that. Then he's not actually dead. He's defeated, but he's down but not out. And he decides he's going to try and return to the Skullrock now. But Duel has other ideas. He starts firing on Hainal in like, oh no, how could you betray me? And he says that you can't betray someone that you were never actually in support of. That like the entire reason that he's been here with Hainal is for the purposes of annihilating him. And that his orders come from what my translation has chosen to call Zu Zamba Jiol, which I'm assuming is Rui Jungle. Given the fact that it's the emperor of the Boazan, I don't remember the group's name, but the people like this empire. And that Hainal is just like actually really kind of annoying. It's kind of a nuisance in this situation. Then everyone like is surprised that Hainal is betrayed. And oh no, there's so many more enemies. What are we going to do? Whatever could we hope to accomplish without actually taking our mech seriously? Ah, there it is. The rest of the team. Hooray! Oh, we also have to get them over there, though. Good gracious. Okay. This might be a bit rough. Like, I'm sure we can handle the buzzsaws fine. It is the rest of it that's going to be a problem. Have our victory conditions changed? Hold on, let me check. Yes, thank goodness. So good news, our objective is not survive anymore, which means we're allowed to have people die. We can have all but 2 people die. But unfortunately, one of those people is Kenichi, who is out of position deeply to do that Hainal thing. So, oops whoops. We just have to hope that, like, the Baizongas don't move on the first turn. Also, like, I'm glad everyone showed up, but, like, the Messenger team is still a little bit out of luck. Like, what are they supposed to do? I understand it's for plot or whatever. I just don't understand the logic of, like, why are we sending things out like this? Why would we not just at least send everybody out together so we could, like, immediately be in formation? But, like, if we're also at, like, this dire of a strait of like, at this point in the war, everything is, like, sort of coming to clash. Enemies are deploying their, like, most potent weapons. We are, like, kind of seeing the end game for a lot of these people. Why are we ever softballing anything? And, like, please understand, I'm not complaining about this setup. I love this scenario already because, again, we're being forced to use, lower quality units. So I'm sort of hoping that we can like actually have some gameplay here. But like narratively, I question the logic here pretty strongly. I think we'll probably be able to meet up this next turn. But oh, you know what? We did have a renew. Is it called renew? I can't remember what the spirit is. You know, the one that gives you an extra turn. We did have one of those. We could have cast it on Kenichi to get him to safe day. We'll see if the Baizongas and the Dokugagas move. Ooh, they do. Okay. They're really slow rolling it to make this as painful as possible. Yeah, okay. We can dodge. We can also just defend. I think we're gonna try and defend and like hope that we have just enough natural bulk. And also with a 14% chance, maybe we're okay. That is pretty rude. That's a pretty rude thing to do when they've like clearly set you up for like doing what I did, I think. I would say it feels pretty clear that you're supposed to sort of do what I did there. Fortunately, it seems like they are operating under like classic rules and they really don't have good post-movement attacks, so I think we're fine. Just one spooky attack. Yeah, okay, we're totally good. Also, I don't remember I remember seeing the sprite for these things, but I don't know what they look like when you get deeper into it. They are quite the atrocity here. Like I want to see what their like full picture looks like. Okay. Let's see what we can do. I don't remember which pieces go with which, to be honest. Okay, there's the 3 battle. There's the Volt. There's a battle bit. There's another battle bit. Okay. Can we actually form something this turn? I thought we were going to be able to, but... we also might consider spending, like, the extra turn spells are, like, not going to matter that much for actual, like, accomplishing, like, the mission. We could just need to, like, be together or we're gonna be fine. But we probably also don't need to spend too aggressively at this point. Okay. You can come here. You can get diagonal. Okay. This is Volt. Let's just make sure I'm not, like, buggering this. Volt. Are you also? Oh, you are. Okay. Incredible. And I don't mind having them forward now that they have like an actual pool of stats. Good golly. And then we can probably get the Combattler next turn. Or maybe this. I think this one's far too out of position. Though they do have an Excel. Let's try it. We're not gonna break the extra turn spell for this. Yeah, actually, no, I think we have a Combattler this turn. Yeah, we for sure do. Right, let's get you over here. Better to combine at all. Let's get the Bleeger out of here. Then... Okay, we just have a getter... Period. Oh, but because... Okay. We should have combined that in a different way. I was kind of thinking we were going to like be able to switch for some reason. I don't know why I thought that. That was foolish of me. Okay, we're at 140. Yeah, these two are just like have such bad mobility stats. I think we're gonna kind of leave them out of here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like go here and here, and you don't happen to have repair on you, do you? No, you do not. So, or still no, but that's a shame that you don't get to keep that property. Okay. And we can have them in range to take pot shots in case we like don't finish something off quick. Or finish something off cleanly. I would rather have the better accuracy. Let's see how much this actually hurts. I have to imagine probably not very. But maybe we need to start blocking. We can just like we could like face tank ourselves up to high morale to like actually survive this. That should be fine. Shine. Okay, that's a I'm a little worried. I think we're definitely gonna need to block a little bit. Though that said, if we can actually hold on, maybe I'm misrepresenting this. Because these goofballs are going first, if we can finish off these buzzsaws, yeah, we certainly can. We're gonna gain a lot more morale from getting these kills. So like, actually, we should be fine. Like this damage is not going to stay there. This will accelerate too quickly. Okay. Yes. Also, we may as well counter. Oh, I had not considered this. We should counterattack with the defend option, because that guarantees a hit, which does guarantee we're going to get morale. Oh, that's so smart. I had not thought of that. It's like just like literally right there on the tin. It's like probably what the effect is designed to do. But yeah, like it actually does kind of make learning personalities a little bit more relevant. At the very least, like which ones hit, like which ones get something from taking damage. Or is nothing? Okay, good. I'm glad we didn't spend any spirits on it. Yeah, like. Oh, sorry. We should also show these off still. We'll show off the next ones. We need all of these. The Baizongas, the Doku. The Baizongas are the red ones that are attacking right now. The Dokugagas are the butterfly-shaped ones. I don't know what the third, like, very machine-looking one is. This is a. Oh man, I hate the kanji. I can never tell whether it's supposed to be the sound that the kanji makes, or the hiragana makes, or the katakana makes, or the kanji for it. Nemazungo? Sure. I don't know enough about Voltaise. I really need to watch it. Oh, you know what? That looks a heck of a lot better here than it does on the map. It's very fish-like. It does worry me that it has question mark HP, and we have like 4 of them. They're acting like Simon and Daimon are mini-bosses, so I think we might have our work cut out for us. Okay, that's fine. We are going to get Akira at some point. Clearly the stage is about him already, so that's not too much of a spoiler. I wonder if we will get more, or if we just sort of like wasted. Not wasted, we just didn't invest points into anything that's like actually going to help us this scenario by putting stuff into the Koryu. Okay, we've not shown Simon and Paimon off in a minute, so let's... What? Nope. This one. Let's show these 2 off. They are just recolors of each other, but maybe they'll be differently posed. I don't know. You know what? Also, I don't know if we've actually seen them in this. Yeah, they've been on the map before, but that was just when we like sort of bounced off of them because of the like barriers that they have that we're just gonna kind of ignore. Or not barriers, the like the metal that they're made out of, the material that they're made out of stops us from doing damage to them. Snaps wrist. Shoots you anyway. It's such a funny looking attack. It looks like, yeah, I love how old mechs do anything. I would love a like revivification of like an old series like this. Okay, let's see. Do you have the exact same pose? I would kind of dig it if they did not. That would be like pretty stellar if they didn't just recolor it. But yeah, I won't fault them if they did. There's so many unique sprites to this. I'm constantly so like pleased and surprised with the sprite work in these games. I was genuinely so surprised that the OG Gaiden sprites were the same as the OG one and presumably OG 2. Yeah, I mean, it's gotta be OG 2 then too. Because like they'll reanimate stuff on the GBA Like, the 3 GBA games, I'm pretty sure, have different sprites even if the same unit shows up in them. Like, that's insane. That's so great. That's such an immense amount of work and such a love for it. Yeah. Okay. You probably just need to do this to start, and then we can figure out everything else from there. Okay. As weird as it is, we did just combine. Let's separate again. One of these has the repair option, right? I think it's you, if I remember correctly. No, I do not remember correctly. Is the last one I'm going to check? It's the Marine. I don't know why I checked the head. Yes, you do. Oh, right. It's not listed in the weapons here. It's listed under the abilities here. Okay. So we should probably heal the Voltace. That said, can we get any free attacks off here first? That seems atrocious. Okay, do we have a Buzzsaw that's still alive? I don't think we do. I think separate strats here is just self-destructive, is just lossy behavior. So, let's not. I could choose to lose, or I could instead choose to be better. Okay, that said, we do have a lot of free movement to take advantage of here to, like, still give us the Combattler as, like, that we can still combine it. So, we can move... we can put, like, somebody here. Somebody here. Like, we don't have to move the Voltace that much. I'm just trying to figure out, like, the best version of the Voltace attack that we can give it. Right, so we can have... We just sort of need to... We need to keep the jet connected here. So we actually only have 2 bits of move. No, we don't have 2 bits of move. We got 3. Let's try this. Yeah, we can go... Oh, no, we can't. Okay. We can go, like, here. And then we can move the Combattler back, like, 2 spaces. Or, sorry, the Voltace back 2 spaces to get healed by the Combattler. We could do, like, that. I'm okay with that. Do you have a wall? I feel like they are intentionally gunning for it because it's sort of, like, around the scenario. So, if we've got one, we probably should use it. So, in that case, do we not actually bother healing at this turn? I think maybe we should let's not bother healing at this turn. Instead, let's just use a spirit to, like, improve tankiness. Come over here. Yeah, okay. How do you two work? I guess let's check abilities first. You've literally nothing. It is just narratively that you are made out of materials that we have to find a way to fight. Cool. Okay. And this is 1 to 6. Sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we can get... This is Daimon, and this is Simon. We can still get Simon from in here. I think we... that's way too much energy. I think we can just tag one of the 2 of the tougher enemies. Like, let's get the Bizongos. Let's get a Bizongo. Yeah. And then we can just sort of, like, filter everybody in during enemy phase. This is going to take a lot of time, so we're definitely going to turn off animations for this. I've, like, said before that I might entertain the idea of, like, cutting some of this out. And if this gets way too repetitive, we might. Because I think this is going to be... We're going to be churning through enemies here. It'll go faster without me. Oh, wow, okay. Yeah, so this is why we kept... the rest of, like, the Mazinger jets close by, because, like, we can just, like, clean this up with one of them. If I think we'll see, I mean, we'll see what the range is. We'll see what the range is. We do also have the getter to split if we want to. Like, we only need to use the getter 3 here, so we have, like, We still have the Getter 1 jet if we want it. No, we are 1 away. That's a shame. Do you have Majin power? No, you do not, because the Scranders do not have the power in them. This feels real risky. That feels real risky for no reason. I think once we've got morale on them, I think we are good to do that. Let's see how accurate this is. Oh, this will work. Here we go. We found an answer. Great. Okay, do you have an alert? No, you do not. We could have planned this a smidgen better. Oh, never mind. Here, this Tokugaga is easy pickings. It's so nice that we have enemies that don't have 5 range again. Though I guess we've been in range of the buzzsaws this entire time, so it's not about 5 range in this case. This is just, we are not, like, outranging them. Easy. Okay. Then you come back together. You can't use Isis on Orochi yet. We are way too fragile. Though, not fragile, it's like no morale. That said, none of these are in the water, so maybe this isn't the play as much as I think it is. I think we might end up switching to a different getter during enemy phase. During next turn, because like we don't actually have any good actions in the water. I forgot about how like rotten they were. Actually, you know, we're just gonna put this back together then. Sorry, my brain went like 4 directions. We really just tied our shoes together and walked straight into a telephone pole, but just like mentally. Oh, okay. That's such a bugger. We like giving like an A adapter to the Getter 3 feels really relevant to also be able to just like get an attack in the air. Oh, we're 8 levels up. I'm gonna try this. I want to try this and risk this. We should have waited until we should have like kept the Combattler together first, or kept the Combattler separate so we could have healed. But it's fine. I'm feeling a little risky. I keep like hemming and hawing over it. My brain keeps telling me I should try it. So I will trust some part of me either because it is tactically good or because it'll be interesting for the YouTube. That's a shame. We do have to face a counterattack here. Please don't die. We're also allowed to lose them, so it's not the end of the world. See, totally fine. Perfectly safe. Obviously, because they didn't have a single-digit hit chance on us, they weren't going to hit. Okay, now we can just like clean this up here. It doesn't have 100% accuracy. This is miserable. Okay. How does the Bluger have good post movement? No, it does not. None of these things do. They never do. Let's just park you on this. There are no support defense, so get out of here. This mountain usually has terrain to it? It does not in this case? Okay. I'm pretty sure it did in other games. That's fine. So the hypothesis is like largely correct, which is to say, my initial instinct was to say we don't have enough morale to do this yet. And I was right. I was right. This costs us no energy, so... Oh, but it has worse accuracy. Ooh. What? Hold on a second. This has an A in the air, and it's 45. This has an A in the air, and it's 40. How is this more accurate? What? We are not in the water. This is 40, it's 90. This is 45 and it's 88. Oh my word, is that why I was having so much trouble figuring out accuracy? Does accuracy also improve? Like, does accuracy improve the same way damage does, which if you use an attack at a closer range than its max range, does it add accuracy to it too? Because, like, that's kind of what the yo-yo is saying. So, like, this is 88. This should be 78. But it's 92. Because it has... Oh, my word. So is every step closer a difference of 5? Because these have the same air properties. They have exactly the same terrain properties in both cases. This has 1 more range, but 5 less accuracy. Is every step a difference of 5? So this would be 10 more, but 5 less. So... No, because it was only 2 less. So it's also getting filtered through something else. Like something else is applying to that first. Oh, boy. Okay. What a fascinating turn of events. Well, let's use this then. I don't care that we're spending... I don't care that we're spending ammo on it. How curious. This game is so goofed up with its, like... calculations. Like, these have the same accuracy. No, it looks like it's doing that again, right? This is... Wait, no. Oh, yeah. This is 1 more range, but 5 less accuracy. Okay. Sure, shrugs. I like have not been I can't put energy into thinking about alpha. I think I'm like making and creating less also because my attention is drawn between so many things. Like I'm almost finished with a complete box too. I need to finish with that. Once I do, I can like turn all my attention to W. I look at like Fantasy Maiden Wars for like a week/weekend. Like that also helped in furthering my distraction. It does look like they are still kind of moving towards the base in like a you are supposed to defend kind of way, which worries me a bit because I'm pretty sure that was like removed from the objective. No, that was never objective. No. Our objective was just survive. It's just that sometimes survive has also meant like protect the base, I think. This has perhaps been one of the best walls we've ever played. We have to do this one. That is fine. Nice. And then we basically have a wall for next turn in the form of we have more morale than you now. Yeah. We also have a lot of these down. I'm like maybe more willing to risk some separates. Because our accuracy was not bad on them. It was just that the enemies had good accuracy against us. And that was like way too risky. It's so nice seeing a super take 10 damage. It feels like it's been a minute. I guess here we are also seeing the value of, like, multiple weapons and, like, why these things have so many is that, like, at some point we are just, like, kind of running out of ammo if they are handling most of the map. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, these two were like really not doing damage at all. Or when Daimon attacked last turn, it really did not do anything. Yeah, we're totally fine here. Okay, cool. What turn is it? I can't tell if my game has frozen or if it's trying to prepare sending Akira out. There it is. Yeah, okay, I can tell that the game has not frozen and it's attempting to send Akira out. Okay, let me go read this text quick. Okay, we have a good bit of text for enemy phase 4, but for right now, we have Akira here. And also Mari. Yeah, Mari in another Bluger. Cool. I can't remember if we've been on this stage before or not. or I've just seen this stage a lot because they love recreating this moment. But no, I think we're just using like roughly the same setup as before. No, I think we're using roughly the same setup as before when we fight the giant like hand monster. They love using this. This is so sad. We were having so much fun. Now we just have to kill them. Okay. Yeah, we'll bring you. We can bring the Sizzler. We can bring the Gunbuster. I mean, like, kind of at this point, I want to bring people we weren't using just to, like, give them some levels. Like, let's bring... Like, is this crazy? Is this wild? We already have some support bots here. So let's bring, like, let's bring 2 good bots. And 3... We're not really going to use the boss Borat at all anyway. Let's just do this. Let's do this. I mean, like, in this circumstance. But, like, if we can give, like, the Texas Mac some XP, that might be pretty sweet for our, like, averages, you know? These things are, like, pretty piddly. They're pretty fragile. Especially in the face of, like, one of these things. I'm kind of curious if we can just, like, pop them in the battleship and, like, pull out the big form. So we're gonna use a wall this turn. We can, like, be way sloppier now. Ah, darn. I was sort of hoping we could, like, do some chip damage to it, and then we can let the Texas Mac get a kill, but... I'm also slow rolling on Mario on purpose. I really like Turn Complete Box. I do want to see what she's up to, but we'll take a look at her in a minute. Okay, this should probably be fine then. Do you have any XP gain? No, but you do have a fortune. I mean, like, we may as well. There's no shot we're giving them, like, a serious enemy to fight. I don't want to lose it for no reason. Oh, we froze. Why is my new computer with, like, all of these, like, better, theoretically better parts crashing so much harder? This is what I get for not building it myself. I should just never do that. Never again. Trust does not exist in this game. Or not trust, cheer does not exist. Yeah, cheer does not exist. Okay. So this is just on, like, level difference quality. Okay. We also don't see the Texas Mac attack at all, so let's shut this off. We can also bring the Voltace back to get healed by Sayaka and the Aphrodite. To also just sort of, like, chunk their levels up, too. That's cool. Does the hat just, like, really just transform? It just doesn't even, like, try to convince us as to, like, how it does. Is it like a stage magician kind of, like, hand wave whoop, and it's different? That's it? That's pretty disappointing. That's pretty disappointing. Okay. Like, he needs to take the whole map to, like, actually get anywhere. Where are you? Oh, you're actually, like, really far away. We might just move the Aphrodite up and then do that next turn. I'm, like, so underestimating or overestimating how much experience we're getting. I guess because they're like the generics, though. We might need to give the Texas, like, 1 or 2 of the, like, Baizangas and Dokugagas to, like, actually give it a real EXP boost. Nothing is close here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do they have a snipe? Because then we can switch into the Ryuko. No, Koryu. I like you've heard how many times I've done it. In my head, they are like very much switched from what they are meant to be. Like the Koryu is the name that I'm giving to like the main one, which obviously doesn't make sense. Like Ryu is in the name for the first one because it's the dragon head one. Like, that's not what we wanted to look at. Okay. I do think we are going to decide about this thing now, so I guess let's look at Akira and Mari. We already have parts on you. We already sort of like we've used him a little bit. But we also have God Voice now. Which I don't even know if we're gonna get to like actually use. That's so far away. You do have a spirit though. I guess we can like let's spend there. We're at 112. We may as well give him one of these to like try to get him up to the new attack to show off. We can use the Go Gun. I'm pretty sure this is the Go Gun. Right? I think this is the bow. I can't imagine anything else on his kit's gonna have 7 range. Yeah, okay. There was just like extra kanji after that. I just like skipped through really quickly. Oh, maybe it's like burst. That's so many. That's so many arrows. That's so cool and dynamic. That's really using the. I don't remember the name of the tech that the PS1 used to describe that like multiple levels. Like you can see in the background right now happening with the clouds. But like having things at like being able to set different objects in different perspectives. Like, it's not just a matter of drawing it in a different, like, size or shape. Like, having those, like, actually set as, like, different, like, draw levels is really helpful, like, for convincing our brains to, like, make that, like, look as good as it does. Okay. We're a range damage. That's 157. Who else has range damage in this crew? Okay. You just have worse damage stats overall compared to someone who is melee focused. She's 6 levels down. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Like Mari is usually like an SP bot. 211 accuracy, 205 dodge. Yeah, so her stats are just atrocious. That is usually how she works. That like she just does not do combat well. Because the like caveat to that is that she has really good spirits, which I was wondering about in this game because I read the spirits list and there's some that seem wild, but these are not good. It's a flash, it's a bullseye, it's a trust, it's a love, which is just heal everybody, and this is is this Rowls? I can't remember the names of spirits anymore. The like plus the plus 10 to everyone around you. Like, I am kind of okay just going here and doing that next turn. Like, we can plan for that. Which does, like, for sure that is good. I'm definitely not complaining about having it. But relative to the, like, quality of her character, that's pretty rough. Okay, then we are going to need to, if we're going to get this one this turn, we are going to need to separate them. Okay. Which we also don't immediately have to. Like, oh, we can tag this Dokugaga. Okay. Incredible. You are only a 1-range attack. Yeah, you're only a 1-range attacker. You are 2 to 6. So like we can like grab one of these if we use a bullseye. Oh, that doesn't have an accuracy. Okay. That's pretty accurate. We may as well tag here because this is basically dead. Yeah. Okay. Do we risk this? We're at 122. I think let's say go for it. This is definitely lossy behavior. This is lossy behavior. You're also gonna hear me use that word so much more now. I heard someone describe a Yu-Gi-Oh play as lossy, as like the action you are taking is more likely to produce a bad result than a positive result. You are like actively opting into giving yourself more chances to lose by taking this, and I really like that term when describing gameplay. That feels really useful to me, so you're probably going to hear me say it a lot now. I'm so sorry, as I like getting incorporated into my language. Okay. But that was fine. That was fine. Then I suppose we will just, like, spend this for what little this is. I mean, 6 is better than nothing. you know. But I do want to take this out. Just like the way it is behaving does worry me a smidgen. So let's just make sure we don't get got by some like weird secret hidden something. I will go check the conditions in a second. No, we are good. The second condition is the battleship's shot down, which like obviously got added because we have the Godawan now. So I don't know. It's just behaving weirdly. I don't like it. It's strange and different. Kill it. Okay. You can separate. Also, and we actively want to. We do not feel the need to save the Getter 3. How much morale do you have? 115. I don't know if that's enough. We could focus. I don't hate this. Let's do this. Yeah, okay, sick. Maybe I'm underestimating how much their damage that is. 192, is this melee? No, this is ranged, okay. 168, I mean, still not bad, but no, I think that's a foolhardy maneuver. We can just push forward with the Voltace more. I know I was gonna have come back and have get healed by the Diana or the Aphrodite, but she's got 6 movement. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 approximately. We've got 5, so 7. So from here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or like 7. We can probably get close to the diet. We can probably get close to the Aphrodite next turn, especially if we go if we go like we take this side a little bit more, right? Spirit up, go over here, and then we can have like the Shin Getter. We should probably still we'll save the Shin Getter like occupy these 3 kind of. These 2 can go to the Combattler. Yeah, I think I like that. Okay. Then let's do this first, just in case like something goes weird over here. Then we can have the Voltace still like respond first, because it's definitely like our better piece right now. I forgot how few options the 1, 2, 3 the Getter 1 has. Something like this. Yeah. Cool. And I'm thinking an awful lot about what is like probably actually a real bare bones scenario, but it's okay. Okay, yeah, we want to put these. I want to put these back in the battleship to just like see what happens with them. Well, not that one. that's not gonna do anything. Yeah, let's do that and see what we can. That's still Queen Star. Yeah, we'll see if maybe it's like takes a turn or something. I am operating under the assumption that it's not going to work. Let me be clear. That feels like way more modern behavior. Okay, and then attack like here for, yeah. Sweet. That was not worth a lot. That was 3,000 we got off of this. Oh, okay. So it looks like we're at a quarter of value now. Though perhaps our problem here is also that we might have some like money scaling through kills that I'm not realizing it's like being factored in here in a way that's weird. But maybe it's like a quarter for generics and then half for bosses. Oh, hi. Okay. We have some of the, what are they called? The Campbellians, graciously. I always thought that this thing was a statue, the Oriana. I kind of thought this was just like a statue. I didn't realize this like thing walked around. Cool. Okay. Well, they have shown up to harass Dozal. And Garuda definitely has the mask off now. Now he looks like a person. They've come to bother Dozal to be like, hi, so what's the plan here? We could just kill you right now. And he's like, well, why would you do that? and they're like, well, you could also just, you know, pledge yourself to us so that we like don't destroy you. They're on their way to the Angel Halo, which is like the big bad boss base. I would love to see him again now, having played OG1, see if I recognize any like part of his design. But Garuda, after someone cheekily mentions that they're like, the mind control powers are still active on him. Garuda's like, I would like to sort of get even with the Combattler, so maybe I'll stay. So I guess he's an enemy for us now. This scenario too. We can never have something with one without having the other, it seems. Okay. Cool. Great. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't know why I was waiting for that. That was like a nothing of a concern. But I think we probably have all of these cleaned up now. So we are just onto bosses. I think we're going to go for Duel first, just to make sure. Oh, I guess we don't have them all perfectly cleaned up. I mean, that's fine. It's still... I still would have been happier if they had given us the chance to actually like finish this scenario with the like starting conditions. Ooh, sorry, excuse me. You heard me go all when we had the deploy screen. That's why. We probably also didn't need to put the wall on. That was a little bit of a waste, but oh well. Yeah, so I think the Voltes could sit here and handle this one more turn, though I am also a bit tempted to switch the Gunbuster in now, and then we can bring the Voltes back to heal. Where are or to get healed? Where are you going? Oh, I guess, okay, that makes sense. Let's separate. Who has healing? You do. Cool. I don't think they are hurt enough. Actually, yeah, I don't think any of these are hurt enough to warrant this. He's going to be doing like 1,800, like 1,200 here. Yeah, okay. Just a little bit free, just a small free little baby heal. This also moves the Voltes like better into position to start taking care of Garuda also. Yeah, then Aphrodite. How are your sea legs? Be in the water. You're an A on land though. We can get you on land, that's better. Nice. Okay. Texas Toast, where are you? Yo, okay, if we can set this by Zonga up, I think that is... no, we will set up this weird fish thingy. Oh, right, let's check on our... no, they are still just the ships. As is to be expected, I would say. Let's... What? Oh, this terrain is really underwhelming. Okay, let's grab it then. You know what? Actually, no. I'm not going to complain. That's better for us because then we are the only person that has terrain. Not that I've ever seen an enemy ever land in these games for when they started flying, so who's to say? I think I want to grab one spirit to start just to like give us some amount of defense. Though we do have Guts on Noriko, so I believe Guts starts turning on in this game at 50% HP, so it's going to be a minute. But yeah, then we can, our bullseyes are set up so we can also like counter kill a lot of these. Perfect. Okay. So can we actually have, how do you work? We have a 3-range, we've got 2 3-range post movements. So if we are here, we can go 1, 2, 3. Do they have a snipe at all? Quite possibly later, but not right. Oh no, they do. They do. Mari has a snipe. We're not going to get a lot of fortune off of this anyway. Is sniper 2 or 3 range? It is 2 range. So we are here. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can go there. I am super on board with that. That feels good to me. All to train a unit that we don't actually even care about that much. While we're here, we may as well do this now. Oh. That was interesting. This is at 114. Hold on. Oh, it's not all around her. It's you pick one and give it to them. Okay, so she gave it to herself. Okay. That has both way more and way less utility than I was thinking that it did. Okay. Nice to know that the position doesn't matter, though. Like, that is for sure helpful. But that's what I get for not reading and just, like, looking at it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My kanji is, like, still so out of practice. I think I've said this before, because we've been playing the games in English. I, like, need a new excuse for a thing to read. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I might, like, pick up, like, a really, like, juvenile kids manga. Like, maybe I go for, like, Doraemon or something. Just to, like, as practice to, like, get myself back in the flow of it. And then, like, pick up something, like, lighter. Like an early shonen or something. Because, like, that is the level that I can consistently, like, interpret at. It's, like, it's really... Once you learn to, like, speak or translate languages, it's really interesting how easy it is to just be able to do that without, like, fully parsing in a sentence. I guess it makes a lot of sense because, right, you have like an unlimited amount of time to figure it out. So I can sort of like hem and haw over the like nuance of like what a sentence means in a way that like does not make me incredibly rude to speak to because someone's like waiting for me to respond. That's the kind of experience we were looking for. Gracious. That's much better. I'm going to figure out how to make my own fun in these games one way or another, and it might just be... This might finally be the game that gets me to, like, spread my levels out way more evenly in order to, like, get some actual, like, level scaling difficulty. 1, 2, 3. Let's try out our new and improved punch. Our tiger knuckle. My mistake. I wonder how many other attacks in this game have different animations, or like you not different animations, that you like get a full proper second attack when you whoa. Okay. Because you get a full like proper second attack once you upgrade them all the way. I do think that is listed on Akarasu. I just have deliberately not looked at it, really. Or if I have, that like hiatus that we had to take has made me entirely forget what was happening with it. I think we are going to send the Getter down to help deal with the Skull Rook. I think between the Getter and... Right, this is the Hayato that doesn't have Excel. Between the Getter and the Gunbuster, I'm sure we can handle the Skull Rook on its own. And we can then like start setting everybody else up. Yes. You're surprisingly still energy full. Let's get you over here. Gracious do boosters do a thing. And let's get you, I guess, here. Yeah, that'll do. And then we can resupply them next turn. We will do it. Actually, no, we're going to lose a lot of the morale here because we're going to probably kill most of these now. But if we don't, we should resupply to start so we can get the morale back too. It is definitely an element that I am like really bad at remembering to do. Like I typically resupply at the end. I still think of resupplying very similar to a dancer in Fire Emblem, and that has just like definitely squandered some resources before. We're like Well, it doesn't matter because they're all dead, so. Never mind. Okay, sure. You, like, kind of are walking as much into it as could possibly be. I guess it's probably, like, prioritizing the Combattler as an enemy. I don't remember if we have Excel on these. Okay, I was going to say I don't think we did, but we are good to go here. Then let's line up combat here. Oh, sure. Then I guess we just move them forward. And we can, like, deal with the Skull Rook next turn. There's no way that this is going to be too dangerous for us. Yeah, these two can go here just fine, and then next turn we can probably handle that. That resupply feels a little wasteful, but it's fine. 167. Golly. Okay. Okay, we can resupply now, and then we can just do it again next time. Yeah, they're such low level. They're such a low level. We are gonna like spend really deeply though. 1, 2, 3. Oh, you know what? We could have sniped and then used our 4100 power, like our ultimate. And that would have spent all of our energy, so we don't have to move. Actually, we can still do that. We can still do that. Do we have a snipe anywhere else other than on Kenichi? No, we do not. Okay, so that's how it's going to have to be. Good. We need accuracy still. Show me a bullseye. Here's a flash. I don't think you're doing anything else. Yeah. We have no mercy to show. We could turn a Valor on here. Bullseye here. Then we have this Valor next turn still. We have a Valor and a Bullseye here next turn still in case this doesn't finish. We also have the Spirit to go back up to 150, which I think we may as well do. Valor. What an ice cold move. It was so chilling it froze the game. Okay. I was sorry, that was so bad. Just in case this accidentally kills him. I can't, like, there's no shot. There's no way we're gonna one-shot a boss. Not in this game. That's not true. We almost one-shot bosses last time. Unupgraded. Yeah. Well, let's. I have to say it. I have to cosmically bait the universe so I can always eat my words. This isn't even using that much of our energy. It's so funny. It seems so expensive otherwise, but like in this case where we want to spend energy, it's like not even that expensive. Oh, are we gonna? I didn't fortune. Maybe I should have. I don't know. Actually, we probably should have just fortuned just in case because we weren't gonna do anything else with that anyway. Okay. No. The Combattler and the Voltes always get me with the like weird way the HP bar moves down on it. Okay. Perfect. So we can counterattack next turn or on enemy phase with that too. Actually, I don't remember how long Snipe lasts. We'll see. We also we do have the God Voice. We may. Let's definitely spend that. Here's a Bullseye. Here is a Valor. That's better than a little bit more Spirit. Yeah. Oh yeah, and Akira is a lower level, so we do also still have another turn. Okay, great. Yes, I think Garuda's dead. I mean, for sure Garuda's dead next turn. Then we maybe want to make it canon. Oh, it'd be so much easier if we could just move the Combattler down, though. This is a really nice animation. Like, this is like... Is it Shin? Is it Shin that just has them, like, not super deformed? I've looked at this animation style so much. I'm sure I've commented on this before. I've looked at this animation style so much sometimes I just forget that this is a super deformed style. That like it's so easy for my brain now to like translate it over to the regular. But then you see stuff like that. You see stuff like that, Raideen, and then it like throws me for a second. And I gotta like my eyes need to focus again. Almost a full level off of just Chip. Incredible. Sure, bud. You can have your guts if you'd like. You know what? Here, hold on. This might also be our. Nope, that's not what I wanted. This might also be our answer for the Skull Rock too. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, they can. The three of them together will surely be able to clean that up next turn. We could also give this to the Texas Mac for the funnies. I think that's how these games are going to need to get played on this channel if I'm like going to get any like sense of challenge out of them anymore. Is like we really need to just like y'all need to hammer me with some of the worst possibility, like the worst combinations imaginable. I like don't even want to like bother like I don't want to accidentally use Toji and just like kill him. Yeah, you know what? Is it Alpha Gaiden or Alpha 2 next? Whatever the next Alpha game is, everyone who's watching, I want to hear from everybody. Sign me up for some of the most rank, the most dank of combinations of units we gotta use. That would make me real happy. That's pretty cool. I'm down with that. And our barrier is just insane. Yeah, but like give me some like goobery training projects. I don't care how hard the game is. That is irrelevant. It maybe will just like force me to like not think about this in like LTC terms. Oh yeah. Not that I'm doing that like you know what I mean. In efficiency terms. I should say efficiency terms. Otherwise, I'm going to summon Tricky to this video, and he's going to be disappointed because it's not what he's looking for. Shame we can't. That I was like, it's surely I misread that from Voltes to Combattler. How do we not counterattack? But holy cow, that range. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, he's exactly in range. Okay, sure. 48. Okay, so we can move the Combattler in for cannon kill. You can do this. Great. Then the Aphrodite can heal. Yeah, can heal afterwards. Okay. Okay, what are we working with here? That's not the button. Oh, but it's not post movement though. We should still be able to get it with Shotenki Spin. I think that's what the name of it is. Like, does charge even exist yet? We have so many spirits we aren't using. Okay. Let's turn the most important one on, which is Fortune. I can't. I don't. Valor. There's some more spirit. There's some experience. There's some more spirit. That's already done. That's already done. We're not going to bother turning on a dodge because we don't need to dodge if it's dead. Okay. We have Valor and XP and money and bullseye and hit and move and go. Oh yeah, what is their combination? Their combobulation. Do they not have a combo attack? Do they need to actually just like be adjacent to each other? Hold on. The Voltes doesn't need to actually do anything, so just like stand here and be a good cheerleader. Because if this doesn't work, we can just like have the Raideen do it or something. No, in fact, they do not. Okay. Or maybe there was already activating because it's just like on the map. Okay, well. Does Daunt exist in this game? This is so needlessly overkill. I don't think, I always forget. I think Daunt doesn't exist yet. I know I said we were going to kill Duel first, but we're here. Let's do this first. I think this gives us our better option. You know what? Actually, it's probably better because Duel started on the map. So odds are he probably ends the map if we kill him, where like Garuda showed up later. Yeah. This is wild. This is how much it used to freeze when I was keeping the ROM on the hard drive while I was trying to record. Something is so unoptimized here. I'm sorry I keep saying that and not actually doing anything about it. I just like don't know. Oh yeah, sorry, it's Chodenji, not Chodenki. That's just not a word. It is, like, Denji is coming from the word Denki, but because it's being combined, yeah, you get it. His voice is so different than I imagined. I kind of like it, and I like this voice actor for Garuda a lot. I wish we got to hear him more, or also maybe I just, like, need to not be a buffoon and talk over it, but it's fine. There he goes. And a Psycho Frame for us. Sad that Psycho Frames are not nearly so relevant in this. I got so excited when we got our first one, and then I looked at it and I was like, all right. This is going to give us a limit instead of something that matters. No, it's still really good, because it's just like the highest evasion part. Not that even matters for this game either. Like, we've just like so little. There's so little need for it for units that already are good at dodging. Okay. How hurt are you? Not hurt enough. I'm worried that if we Valor this, that Noriko is going to kill. So I think we just do this, and I think this is the Inazuma kick. I'm pretty sure. And then we have the Ryuko finish because it has a fortune on it, and also because we get to use our boy, and we get to be ready for OG2. I'm gonna manifest it. If we can manifest things, if we can make modern games by how we talk on this channel, I can for sure try to manifest things in games that have been out for years that are still going to be true to me now. I haven't seen it yet, so it's still Schrodinger's video game. Yeah, no, he was turbo dead if we Valored that. If we Valored that, that was almost a one-shot. Never mind, forget what I said about not being able to one-shot bosses. Noriko also has she is built like how Sho is. Oh yeah, does anyone know? I know this is the question that you would ask me, but just, you know, while we're here. Does anyone know, on Akarasu, it insists that, wait, that's really charged language. I don't mean that. Like, there's no reason. There's a tab that says that, every time you do a, like, melee or ranged action, if you, like, hit, miss, or kill with it, or, like, kill with a map attack or something, like, all the possible versions of what is happening. Oh, I forgot that they don't have spirit. I keep forgetting that they don't have spirit. Okay. I mean, we can still do that. I think that's better. That's 4,000 power. Table what I was saying for a second. Okay, this is 4,000 power on Kusuha's 185. Or this is 3,800 power on Bullet's 198. Oh, I forgot that it shows you your expert points here. It shows you the 44 on Brooklyn because he's the main character. Okay, cool. This is 10% more. Or sorry, 5% more. So that is 3,800. that is like 200. Oh, right. Yeah, it basically lines up exactly the same. I do kind of remember doing this math now again. Okay. So I think this means that we need to give them the Minmay doll, because Golly hasn't gotten us so many times. Yeah, that like continues to be a thorn in our side. I think we need to put a Minmay doll. If I remember to do that, I'm for sure going to do that during this intermission. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, no, these are just like wildly different spirits for Bullet. All right, let's rock. So yes, right. So as I was saying, as you take weapon actions, like if you hit or if you kill with a regular attack or a map attack, it adds like points to a background pool, and every time that counter ticks up to let's call it stacks. Let's call it stacks. So I don't like mistakenly represent it as like actually stacks is so close to stats though. Yeah, sure. It's like a counter ticks up in the background with a couple of different like values you can add on. That once it hits 20, every time it hits 20, it adds 1 point to your stats of the appropriate range, melee or ranged, like on top of what you get from leveling up. Does anyone know if that is true or not? That sounds really good, but I like have because like this screen does not show you your, or like these screens do not show you your stat growth at all. I just like never know like what growth is happening. And like because we can't like count it, it's really hard to see. I guess we could have someone do the thing. You get I think 5 points if you get a kill. So we should just like look after. We could just like check someone doing that like the same action with the same like damage type after 4 actions of it. Because guaranteedly you're going to cycle through it at least once. So I guess if they have another stat point, we can just also confirm this for ourselves. I'm glad I said it out loud. I thought it through. We will do that next time if I remember. Because like the Voltace would have been a good example of this to check on this map, because it was taking so many things out during enemy phase. Yeah, so we'll check on that. We'll check on that. Okay, let me go catch up on this story, and I'll be back here with you in a minute. Okay, here's finally our choice that I've been looking for this whole time. Also, we have Rui Jangal here, so clearly the name I had before was not actually just a really bad translation of Rui Jangal. I guess it's probably, I think I've seen that Hainal has like a dad or like an uncle or something that kind of looks just like an older version of him. So it's probably supposed to be that. This is what I get for not having watched Voltace. Rui and Co find Hainal like badly wounded on the battlefield after crash landing, and he faults himself for not catching Duel's plan sooner, and then he's like gonna like always kick himself for like letting Hainal be wounded this way. He's like on death's door, but if he can cross through our like blockade line, they can probably go get him aid. I don't know why specifically that is the like we just like hoarded all of the like first aid kits back on Londo Bell base, but whatever. But like we have to choose to spare Hainal right now, and this is the expert point I was looking for. So we can either let Hainal escape, or we can choose to fight him and not spare him. And in addition to that, this is 3 expert points. I am always such a sucker for someone being like, my life for theirs. I will die so that they can live, is like a thing that always gets me. So in addition to just the gameplay of it, we are also going to choose this because I think this is like the better story option. And if all of us are so concerned over trying to fight the space monsters and probably the irrigators, we need all the help we can get. Like, if we are able to spare old villains this way, I do know that the Guardian God Godol every once in a while is playable, and I'm kind of hoping we will get to see it for a chapter or two because we have spared him. And Kenichi makes the same point that like Hynel's like, oh, are you like having sympathy for me? Like, am I a coward, or do you not want to fight? It's like, no, but this is not worth it. Like, all we're doing is just like we're just throwing away more lives that we could all use to defend our home from like a much more existential threat. Like, what are we doing? This is a waste. So we have let our old adversary go, and Hynel begrudgingly, or maybe respectfully, is like, okay, you know what? No, you raised just a 100% valid point. You have spared my life. I now owe it to you. I will repay you. And golly, I hope it's with a playable unit. Okay, we've got a pretty dense lore dump now. This was not explained well earlier, / I also furthered not explaining it well. But the Boazan and the Campbellians are under Imperial rule now, which is one of the reasons they're fighting here. I took that when we talked about that with Hynel earlier, that like he was sort of this like rebellious faction compared to who was actually already on the throne. But it sounds a little bit more like the Arrogators have maybe subjugated their homelands and that they are sort of fighting on their behalf, which makes a little bit more sense out of when we saw all of them bending their knee to like the original character back during the like halfway point of it. Not only do I just not remember that conversation, I do also remember being there being like, why is anyone here doing any of this? And now I think this reads a lot more clearly that like they are actually like prisoners in their own home. So they are antagonizing us in a way that is like just not productive at all. Then we recount that the Arrogators are trying to get us to fight the Zentradi, and that maybe their behavior is like some sort of larger scale global unification, which is kind of true, but not in a way that is like actually productive. But here's like what the other group have been up to. Solomon has successfully been captured now, so presumably that was whatever the white base or whatever we're up to at this point. Like I think the Rakai Loon. That the Solomon has been captured, so they're doing well. But Xion does have a colony laser that they are like setting up right now, and that it puts the positron rifle that we used earlier to hold on a second. We're just gonna leave it on the screen so I can explain stuff. I want to pay attention to this. The positron rifle we used earlier to fight one of the angels to like absolute shame. But like if you see it in colony laser, of course it does. It's fucking huge. It's it is an entire like continent-sized laser. Like what are you talking about? Why are you even comparing it to like conventional weapons? Not that I guess the positron sniper is like a conventional, but you know what I mean. But we mentioned that large object that's 20 meters long. I wonder if long is a little bit of a mistranslation here. I wonder if this is the White Star. Now like knowing what to expect. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's no. Meteor 3 has already crashed in this game too. Maybe it's something different. Like the super ship for the gunbuster enemies. But I have a sneaky suspicion it might be the White Star, given now what we know from OG1. But Misato, in her infinite wisdom, looks at all of the villains and they're going like, they're not really trying to stop the space monsters, are they? They're like, yeah, of course not. Like, what are we doing here? This is just a silly comment to make. But it's furthered up by perhaps a more silly comment. Like, this is like the animeism that's just so dumb to me. She's like, oh, maybe I should recommend to all of our different separate forces that if we combine the Excellion, the Macross, and Londoba, we can make one ultimate force and we can fight power with power. Like, Bud, what are you talking about? Like, that's what we've been doing this entire time. We all said we were going to separate out and like check on the things that we were responsible for, but like don't act like we're like gonna make this interesting plan of reunifying things. Like this is such weird writing. Like what is happening? but we are now like intentionally going back to like reunify. So I have to imagine our route split's going to end really soon. Let me check. Yeah, we have 2 more scenarios, then we're reunified again. I do know that there's 1 more route split after that. Okay. So here's, if you've not watched the live videos, this character's name is Ring. Sometimes translated as Ring. I am more on the side of Ling because she's supposed to be Chinese. She is original character. She is like, it sounds like off and on Ingram's partner. We got like basically nothing out of her from OG1. She was like one of the few original characters that sort of got like left in mystery, but she is in charge of Mao Industries, I believe is the full, I don't think there's another word on that, but Mao is responsible for making weapons. Okay. So, Ling brings together our OCs. Bullet, Robert here, and Kusuwa should be here also, theoretically. Yeah, great. She has been checking up on what's happening with Ingram and Erm is her partner. I think I just said that Ingram was her partner. Is her partner. I apologize. That's just like, yeah. Ingram, the commander of the SRX team, has obviously, he's defected. And now that we have sort of like all of the players as much as we can in one space, she asks Kusuha, or whoever your SO is, what's up? And your SO is like, yeah, so knew what Ingram was up to. If he said anything to anyone in the army, Ingram had tabs enough to like quash that, kill that person, stop whatever that was happening. So like was sort of on his own, but was able to get one person out, grabbed your SO because like they kind of were roped into this in a way that they did not deserve. And they were enough embroiled in what Ingram's plans were that they had the ability to help fight back. The intention was always to destroy every machine that Ingram had ever worked on, not knowing sort of what the results were going to be of that. But at least they could take them out, like, that surely is going to stop it, theoretically. And then Ring also was like, you know what? Like, that makes sense. I think, like, I kind of had this inkling too. It's good to know that this was confirmed. A little disappointing to see that she was not acting on things. Or should I say, this text gives Ling he, him pronouns. Have I been misgendering this person this entire time? Is it just that, like, here Ling does look kind of masculine? So, like, maybe this person's just, like, misgendering them unknowingly. But that's really interesting. I'm gonna need to go back and take a look at that for OG1. Or maybe they just have different genders in these different games. Like, that's, I'm kind of here for it. Yeah, but we have, like, we are seeing the original cast sort of extend out the consequence of what was happening with Ingram to, like, actually kind of try to solve the problem, which is good. I am glad to see that. I'm disappointed we didn't get a little bit more out of her, though. That's my only quibble. Okay, so we don't. The Mega Booster is really doing a lot. I forgot they only have 1 part slot. That's so brutal. We have the Minmay doll. Can we? Oh, no, we're good. We learned this last time. Here we have. We can switch this over from one of the Voltes to the Combattler. Which do we want to take it off of? I think it's worse on the Combattler because of what we just saw with the, like, post movement, without having their best deck be their post movement. Okay, that should solve a bit of our problems. I forgot how many parts, just how many parts we had that are not being, like, accounted for at all. I think let's give you. We can give. I don't hate that. Yeah, I think that's fine. The, like, secret tech of giving parts to people when they split up is so sick to me. I kind of love it so much. Okay. Was there anything else that was really significant? I don't think so. we got like a Psycho Frame is like obviously really good. We just like don't really have any. This route is not really designed for dodge tanking very much, so we will apply that later. I guess the Mega Booster could be good somewhere, but I mean, a little bit at this point. I kind of just want it. Like, I might kind of want to shoot myself in the foot on purpose. Let's give this one more point of damage, and we were not running out of energy at all. We are kind of using the Combattler and the Voltace, so like, oh, I guess never mind. We were already committing to their energy sum. Let's make sure that the Voltace has its energy. Okay, yeah, it does. Let's just pump that up a little bit more. That should be good. Oh, we should check on limit for everybody. That was units, not pilots. Yeah, we checked last time. We're not going to worry about those two. We checked last time, and we made sure that everyone that did have a problem got the upgrades that they needed for it. But I didn't check how close everyone else was. Like, we could do something about Sayaka. I just don't think it matters that much. Like, we were kind of using her more as a joke. Because it was, like, because she was there, we could, like, give her some stat ups. But, okay. I think that's probably just fine for now. I'm also, as I'm looking at this save menu, I was an absolute doofus. I just have, like, saved none of these for my records. Like, I've written over so many, database files that I could have been saving. I need to go back and do that. Good golly. Okay. But that's a problem for me off camera. For now, instead, let's talk about what my schedule looks like after this video. So if you're watching this the day it comes out, then the following day, we will be starting OG2, which will be very exciting. I'm so pumped for it. If you would like to see some wrap-ups for OG1, I have also posted a tier list into the Discord. And the last episode that was live on Friday is us making that tier list, discussing it. It is based around my first impressions of Kyosuke Route. It is by no means comprehensive. So do with that information as you will. If you have any like wrap-up thoughts about OG1, I would love to hear them. And then just like any like really early preparatory thoughts for OG2, but I would love to, like, the usual rules apply. Then this upcoming Monday is a Fantasy Maiden Wars stream because we just played Shin Megami Tensei. Fantasy Maiden Wars, I suspect, is mostly just going to be a boss fight. We have two enemies that seem to like. They both have 3 HP bars, but every time they lose one, they are tagging out into the other one. It looks like is how it's going to happen, which is fun. Then, also for Monday, we are going to be watching episodes 6 through 10 of OG Divine Wars, the anime. It's rough. Its plot is theoretically different from the game. It's not really been that much so yet, which I'm fine with that. Like, I'm certainly not docking it for that fact. I imagine it will be so more later. I kind of wonder if everyone's baiting me here. That does Divine Wars only get up to the end of the conflict with like Bien and Mayor? That could be why it's so short. But I am at least curious to see where that goes. My notes are over in the Discord. I'm only going to really be commenting on the changes in the story as opposed to like my usual, like, I try to take like deeper dives into like the entire episode just as an exercise in practice of like focusing on like one sort of subject matter. But feel free to share whatever your thoughts are, even if they're not related to like what changes there are. But like I said, you can find that over in the Discord. I think other than that, we are good. I always feel like I'm forgetting something in these because I should make like a notes sheet to like go over, and I never do. I refuse to use tools. I would like to think of my spell still so sparse and fresh of brain. But now I'm rambling, so I'll let you all go. Thank you again so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Thank you for being here. And if I don't see you live, then hopefully I will see you in the Discord. And if not, I'll see you out in the stars. Good night, everybody.